I've already cleansed the energy. Okay. I have some people reaching out for my products. Okay. I have 2 products that you can buy, and I would advise purchasing it, especially around this time. Okay. Um, I would say the summertime is a really great time, or right before the summer, but most certainly this time, because my rose water is not only for your face and hyper pigmentation, excuse me, but it is a rose water that is felt to help protect your mind at this time from all forms of manipulation. Okay, so it even helps you to get out of your own way. Okay, so if you're having some challenges with change, transformation, my rose water is out for sale. I will need a couple of days. I have an overhead thing that I'm working out with my margin and different things like that, because I am comparing prices right now with who to buy my roses wholesale from. So products, and do include the rose water, which again helps. It's unisex, okay, fellas. It is for your skin, razor bumps, just to help your face to have an even skin tone. I have no makeup on right now. I just have some lashes and some lipstick, and I have not been wearing makeup, so I can show you guys my skin. Okay, this comes from wearing my rose water. But not only does it help you hey, not only does it help you physically, health wise, but it does help you spiritually. Okay, so I do have a matching oil, but it is kind of different. It's just a protection oil, and it just helps protect you from all forms of negative energy, jealousy, whether it's conscious or subconscious. It's an evil eye protection oil. So one helps with confidence, and also helps to maintain your mental state of mind, right? So nothing can interfere with your consciousness. Thank you. And the oil is a protective layer that you can put on your body to protect your skin. Okay, I don't wear lotion. I haven't worn lotion since high school. But if you're not a fan of oil and soaking your body into it like me, or putting it all over your body like me, you could just dab it and put it on certain parts: your throat, your temples, the back of your neck, when you go to sleep, when you wake up, when you go to school, church, whatever, right? A teacher, whatever it is that you do, right? I do have music out on all platforms. My music does hit every range of frequency, so root chakra all the way to your crown. I have been focusing more on the root chakra and the sacral chakra and the crown chakra. So the hertz run from 396 all the way up into 963. Okay, so if you feel like you need you need to tune into some frequencies that will help you shift your mind and your body to start activating and get that blood flowing in the areas that it needs to flow in, I got you on the music too. Okay, I think that's it for all of my new single that's out is called Missing You, which is an energy of a song where I could just feel certain people missing me, and I just threw it in the song. Okay, so I guess I'm not going to play anything in the background because I just can't do the ads. So you just get to hear my lovely voice all night. Okay, that's it. Y'all, this energy. The best way I can explain it is like, okay, so for my 90s babies, you're gonna know what I'm talking about, okay? Because my kids, I try to explain this to them and they have no idea what I'm talking about. I have to like show them. You know how back in the day, before we had like the satellite and cable, we had like the antennas that connected, right? And we had to put aluminum foil to get it to work. And if you didn't have it set a certain type of way, you got all the static on the TV, like shh. That's the energy right now. Now, the positive side of it is there's so much power to tap into at this time. People are being shifted and programmed to panic. There's a panic energy, like my spirit guides are telling me to tell you guys, like, there's this like ambulance sound, like ring ring ring. I did title this do you hear that? It's the trumpet playing. At this time, a lot of people are only hearing the sirens, and not siren, but the panic sounds. But you have to tune in to hear the victory sound at this time, okay? If you are not, all this year, okay, if you haven't put your spiritual health a priority, you're gonna feel like you're drowning right now, okay? With Scorpio's energy, it is not playing with nobody, okay? Pluto in a excuse me, I said Scorpio. Pluto in Aquarius, it ain't playing, okay? You said, I need this. Oh my God, new job, really anxious, very bad vibes, so I need it. Well, that's not good if you're feeling bad vibes. Maybe it can just be outside energy interfering. You're going to have to really lock in with yourself. If you don't have any type of mechanisms or anything that pushes a negative energy out completely, like seals it up like a Ziploc bag, okay? If you don't have anything that can do that for you on a spiritual level, it is going to be very hard to consume your own energy and not take in anything else and it sting you. I was actually talking to one of my coworkers earlier, before the live, and I really adore him. He's so sweet. But I was just talking to him, and I used the metaphor of being on the road and driving. And I was speaking about how when you're driving, you know, when you've been driving for a really long time, you can get tired, right? And at that point, we've all been at a point where we felt sleepy on the road and we had to keep ourselves up, you know, keep ourselves woke, right? Well, there's times where you can find yourself dozing off, right? But just being on the road in general, the mission is not to go off the lane, right? The rails and crash. And when people find themselves going out of the lane and about to crash, sometimes you can't help it, right? You get so far over, it happens so fast. And I was bringing this metaphor up because we were talking about conditioning. He was like, well, he was talking about how certain things was coming up in his life. And I just told him, I said, hey, you have to extend grace to yourself. You have to give yourself grace, but you have to be diligent in how you reprogram and deprogram yourself, right? Like every day, you have to be consistent with it. I'm gonna be honest. At this point, we're no days off. If you're along in the marathon and you haven't been actively investing in your spiritual wealth for the last 2 years, diligently every day, wake up, do something. Okay, writing. I'm gonna be honest. I would say right now is it's kind of like knowing that you have an exam in 2 weeks or 3 weeks and doing nothing, and now that you came across oasis and now you know that you have an exam, it's crunch time. Okay, so just a heavy energy of being able to because I can feel how intense it is. I don't watch social, like I'm not on social media a lot. I do not watch the news, but it's so much that's being forced in front of people's face so that they can be blinded. It's almost like putting a sheet over someone's head and then taking everything out of their pocket. That's what the energy feels like. So be very careful of being blinded from things and then being robbed. And you thinking, well, I got $5 million in my bank account, or I got 100,000, like I'm good. And it's not even the money that I'm talking about. Okay, so be very careful at this time of being just robbed spiritually. I did want to speak on, I'm just giving some downloads for you guys coming in before we pull the cards. I have just been divinely guided to separate feminine energy and masculine energy. The last time I did it, we started with the females. Now we're going to start with the males tonight. But I just have some downloads, okay? One more download, and then I'm going to get to reading or just a part in this book. If you don't know, every time I go live, I just do downloads, introduction, and then I give whatever my finger comes, opens up in the book. I read it out loud, and I've already opened up a space, okay? I also wanted to talk about filling voids with positive experiences equals quantum leap. And what I meant when I wrote this down, the best way I have to use myself an example. I've always been a person where I write music is always about love, it's about sex, it's about money, it's about confidence, it's all about the good feelings, all right? I think I've wrote 2 songs about my children, which every time I listen to makes me cry. um, and I'm now currently working on my first song that's kind of related to like, it's the song saying I'm just not feeling it, right? And so this was new for me because I've never wrote a song that was like sad or a song that was just like blah. But this was a new experience for me, which allowed me to push a certain energy in a certain direction so that I wouldn't like bleh, in an area that I didn't need to. For instance, I wouldn't have to go to work and be like, oh, and end up venting and not saying something that I shouldn't say to someone, or coming home and speaking to myself, or recording or jotting down notes and my projecting onto my children, right? Because I don't really go a lot of places, but some of you guys may be able to relate to that. Maybe you are over venting or projecting how you feel, or you want to feel heard. You have some things off your chest that you need to get off your chest, and it's just not a good time to pour to the next person, but to pour into yourself, or release in a way where you have healthy plugins and outlets at this time, okay? And I'm seeing somebody work out. So this is the time where you don't need to cancel your gym membership. Okay. But I said that and said that it equals quantum leap. So doing something that you haven't done, for those who do work out, it's time to do something different. So if you're a man who you go in a gym and you max out 300, you max out 250, whatever, it's time to do something different. Go to the sauna. And I know you're like, well, that's not working out, but you sweat probably even more going to the sauna. I max out 175 in the sauna for a whole hour, and I only open the door once. But I'm just saying, do something different, or whatever it is that you use as a tool to release, do something different, okay? And it's going to help. It's going to equal the number 5. It's going to equal a shift change, okay? So it's going to help whatever it is that we're trying to get through and change. It's going to push it. It's just going to push it. It's going to make it faster, okay? I think that's it. So let me read this one part. Again, I don't read too many books for a lot of spiritual reasons, but this book by Deepak Chopra is one of my favorites, okay? The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, okay? And I'm just going to read one part that I opened up to. And I'm not going to lie, the part that it opened up to is so perfect for the energy I feel. And I'm not going to lie, the part that I'm about to read to you guys really helped shift my whole energy this year. It allowed me to not be affected by so much negative energy, and to know when it's time to take a break from social media, okay? It says the gap is your connection to the field of your pure potentiality. It is the state of pure awareness, that silent space between thoughts, that inner stillness that connects you to the true power. And when you squeeze that gap, you squeeze your connection to the field of pure potentiality and infinite creativity. There is a prayer in A Course in Miracles that states, "Today I should judge nothing that occurs. Non-judgment creates silence in your mind." Let me say that again, okay? Because that's the part that I highlighted. Today I shall judge nothing that occurs. Non-judgment creates silence in your mind. It is a good idea, therefore, to begin your day with that statement. And throughout the day, remind yourself that statement each time you catch yourself judging. Okay? If practicing this procedure for the whole day seems too difficult, then you may simply say to yourself, for the next 2 hours, I won't judge anything, or for the next hour, I will experience non-judgment. Then you can extend it gradually. Okay? I think when it comes to not judging things that you see, it helps you to not integrate your own personal energy into something. You know how everybody says, I'm on my own business? Well, technically you don't when you get on the internet, because as soon as you see something, two people arguing. It could be sports. It can be someone just expressing their feelings. You know, everybody has those little review videos, YouTube videos where they review stuff. You can hear someone say, "Oh, well, I don't like how you did that," and you immediately say, "Yeah, I don't like how they did that too." Woo, 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 woo. You just added your 2 cents into it spiritually. So for the next, I am challenging all that comes to this video. I don't care if you see this a week from now. The moment you see this and you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, I am challenging you spiritually. This is your spiritual homework for 48 hours. 48. I'm giving you 2 days, because if you watch me, then you gotta be spiritually inclined. You can do longer than 2 hours, okay? 48 hours. And if that's too much, 24 hours, okay? Today, I shall judge nothing that occurs, okay? So that we can give our mind more space and opportunity, okay? To hold space for our own selves, okay? Because there's just a lot going on. And as much as you think you're not included in this, and I stay home and I do that, you're still integrating your energy in other things. Especially right now, you probably do better off integrating yourself around people around you versus the internet and TV. Hell, even the ads. I was talking to my homegirl today, and she laughed at me, but I was like, girl, I'm so serious. I was like, girl, I woke up, did my affirmations, did my yoga. I was feeling good. I was like, ooh, positive energy. And then an ad came on. I was like, are you poor? You're sick? I said, oh, hell no. I had to ring my bell. I had to open the windows again. I was like, take that on. I just got it circulating in the house. I was like, it was the commercial ad. And then it told me it had another ad. I was just like, I just cannot. 30 seconds of a negative just entered. I'm like, no. And she was laughing. I was like, girl, no, I'm for real. I was opening blinds. I had a kumbaya. I was like, I just started the energy off good. And then the ad's gonna talk about poor, sick, take this medicine. I was like, hey, sweetheart. You said, why are these downloads so related to me? Because you need it. Your soul needed it. You wanted it, right? You asked for it. When you speak and ask for guidance, God comes in mysterious ways. And I like to think people who do what I do genuinely, right, and naturally, okay, we are here to give messages for people who need it the most. Because, listen, I know. All right, so let's get into the cards. That's enough of downloads. 17 minutes in, not too bad. But yeah, y'all just gotta watch everything. I don't even watch TV or a lot of anything, and still gotta make sure what's on my TV. I'm gotta watch out for the ads nowadays. All right, so I am gonna pull. I felt more connected to my Numinous deck. Okay, so we're gonna pull from this one, and then I was feeling a real strong pull towards my Kemper deck. And if you know me, you know this is one of my favorite eras, because, boy, this was a time everything shifted. Finances, there was a new system in place for everybody to follow. Women's rights. I mean, it was like 50 things that have the ability to shape and mold everybody's life, changing all at once. Yes, okay. I'm trying to find, maybe I don't need it. So we are going to start with the fellas, because we started with the ladies last reading, and the fellas just really put the icing on the cake. They were the cherry, they were whipped cream, they were all of it. They really made the reading feel very honorable. I felt like the men who connected to the reading were really stepping up to the plate and really being about that life. So we're going to start with the men, okay? And it's only fair, right? So I do incorporate erotic energy. Lately, we've been focusing more on the crown energy versus the sacral and root. Because the last 2, 3, 4 months I've been doing readings, it's just been a focus of that. We did a segment of erotic fortune cookie, which I'll probably get back to very soon. But something about these next couple of months is just needs to be very tight with the messages. And yeah, so we are going to focus on spiritual path, spiritual downloads. If there's some warnings that need to come out, If there's some heads up, even in a positive way, we're going to just see what the energy is for the people who tap in with me, who are going to come across this video, who need the intuitive insight, whatever I can give so that clarity can be received, so people can make the best and most healthiest choices for themselves, not only themselves, their family, their kids, and the community, and then of course ultimately all of us together. Okay, Ashe. So let's start with, what am I feeling? I'm feeling this one. Let's start off with this. What do we have for my divine masculine energies? What energies can I give to them authentically, clear, precise, intuitive messages for themselves individually and then collectively, the impact that they make on their community and those they come across? I'm hearing, it's been a long time coming, but I see change is gonna go. And I also was hearing before I got this reading started, if I rule the world. So, I free all my sons, black diamonds and pearls. I also see this video that I was watching earlier on TikTok. I believe it was Spelman College, of all these men, all these young men, they were singing, and it was just, wow. I immediately got chills, and I immediately felt like spiritual predecessor energy. And I went to the comments, and everybody was saying, oh, I got chills, spiritual predecessors, ancestors. So there's an energy here of a lot of men being divinely protected. And I see suits and ties, but to me that just means honorable, being respected, dignity. Okay. Also wealth. There's an energy here. Ooh, I'm just getting chills speaking about this. Ooh. I'm hearing they want to strip me from my power. So maybe some of you guys are dealing with bosses or people you feel like are taking advantage of their authority. Maybe this is something you're witnessing on TV. I'm seeing like 20 different, I'm seeing a list of them writing things down. I'm hearing social media. I'm hearing it's everywhere you go. It's everywhere you see just the power and authority trying to be stripped from me. Wow. Okay, so that's giving spell energy. So maybe at this time you guys don't know that there's a certain level of participation on your end of giving into a certain energy where your energy is being ciphered, but you are being protected. I'm hearing it's a divine plan. So a lot of you guys need to get, I apologize, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just trying to make sure I stay focused and really get this information out. But a lot of you males maybe feel like your strength is being tested at this time, how much you can endure, your endurance. But I'm hearing it's past endurance. It's like spiritual endurance. So this is giving me the energy of something that your grandfather or great-great-grandfather has experienced. And it's time for you to be stronger than the whole bloodline, because you have the whole bloodline carrying you in different ways that you can't see. So you may be feeling like, oh, it's just too heavy, but you have no idea of the spiritual protection that you have. And this is just a simple, this is a real gentle reminder of myself as well. I was feeling this energy the other day. It was really heavy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm seeing a watch, and you know, like from movies where a watch is passed down from a grandfather, but this is making me feel as if I'm seeing an older man like swing it back and forth. But that is making me feel like there's a lot of grandfathers who are very comfortable, and they have a certain level of confidence. I see a grandfather saying like, I know my grandson is good. I see somebody, this is giving me like a crowd, because it's going back to the TikTok of all those men. I want to say it was at least 60 of those men, young men singing in a choir. And I'm just getting, it's like that times 10. So this is like thousands of ancestors who are just like smiling, like, while everybody on earth is like, oh my God, look what they doing. Oh my goodness, look at it. There's an energy of like, hey, tighten up, look, get her, look. Like, that's the energy I'm feeling. But it's also an energy where it's like half and half. Some of the grandfathers are like trying to straighten it. So it's like a moment of preparation on a spiritual level, mixing the integrating spiritual wisdom with the physical realm at this time. I mean, Scorpio season, boy. So distractions may come and go is what I'm hearing. What you were mad at yesterday no longer makes you feel some type of way today, which is I'm hearing a form of illusion or tactic to trick you out of your position, especially coming up for this full moon. Thank you for reminding me, because I forgot to talk about that. Full moon in Taurus. Today it is in Aries and will be for the next day and a half. I'm hearing Grand Reaper, but the Grand Reaper. There's something here of a lot of different males that I'm tapping into. You guys having the ability to bring death to something. It could be physical, okay, but it's more so feeling like the essence of something that needs to be dead. There's a Grand Reaper, but this is the Grand Reaper that needs to put things to an end, right? I mean, if you think about the Grand Reaper, there's a reason why it existed. But I'm hearing this is for maybe a couple of you, because I'm hearing 5. There are a few selected that I'm seeing them like work with certain people. If you want to say it's heaven, spiritual realm, whatever, okay? I don't believe that once you die that your energy does not longer exist. There's like energies that are working together. This is like then I'm seeing a pyramid. So yeah, that's just what I'm picking up on. We ain't even hit no cards yet. What do we have for the masculine, divine masculine energies that come across this reading? Toll and labor wanted to come out, but it didn't feel right. Okay, so making the energy of over exhausting is what I'm hearing. Making males at this time feel exhausted when they get home. There's something about by the time a man gets home, I'm hearing that's where that clock, that every time I feel like every time in this reading I'm gonna say something for y'all, that clock is gonna come out. And then I just seen the clock go around too. So this is making me feel like this is a repetitive tactic that has been used. I'm hearing it's an old trick in the book, don't fall for it. There's something here about not overextending yourself at work, taking it very easy, because you don't have to do too much at work anyway. If you work on cars, if you're a lawyer, it doesn't matter if you're a judge, you play basketball, whatever it is that you do for the next, I'm hearing month and a half, 2, take it easy. A lot of you guys may be going so hard at work because you want to hit a certain number or expectation. Yeah, you maybe want your family to be in a certain type of environment. There's just the energy here of pull back your energy wherever you work, especially if you're not the boss of your own company. And if you have your own company and you have a side job, taking that energy that you're pushing so much, and this is a lesson I had to learn myself, pushing that energy that you are putting into someone else's company, not saying don't do your job, right, that you signed up for, that you committed to, or whatever it is that you participate when you're at work, still show up. But there's something here about pulling some of your energy back and putting it to your business or starting something on your own, because you have some spiritual protection or guidance or some ancestors, spiritual predecessors who want you to do something with that energy. Yes, poverty beside expectation. Some of you guys feel like, I'm hearing it's not enough. Maybe you feeling like you're not making enough, or something is just not enough, or maybe not fulfilling for you. What is this poverty energy here? Adjudication came out in reverse. There may be, I'm hearing unspoken words and unforeseen eyes. So this makes me feel like there's a lot of people maybe watching certain men behind the scenes. Oh, wow. We really going in this? Man, I just thought this was going to be man, they've been putting me to work, because, boy, I'm telling you, this energy is... Whew. I'm seeing a whole bunch of men being watched. But this is so much bigger. Like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to put this in words. Okay, let's say you're a salesman, right? And you make really high numbers. You're really great with your coworkers. You work in a very diverse, because this is giving diverse environment. You don't work around all black, all Asian, whatever. This is a mixture of a lot of different people. But wherever you work, you do numbers. You're great at what you do. I'm not talking to a man who is struggling with being able to excel at what he does, even if he doesn't, if it's not a passion. This is a man, he just works on cars because he's really good, but everybody's car that he's fixed is so good and everybody comes to him and he never messes up. Something like that. You just do good at whatever you're doing. I'm just using that as an example. You can do anything, because I'm talking to so many different men right now. There's an energy of you doing so well that your numbers, you don't even know how well you've been doing, but your numbers have been documented, and then people who own the company have been sitting back and watching everybody who does well, and it's like pulling energy from those people. There's some spiritual shit going on behind this, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't really like it. But I don't feel like it's nothing to be worried about. This is just clarity if this is what's going on, because I feel like a lot of men are going to hear this video and be like, I knew it. I knew something was damn off, because I'm hearing that. This is only for clarity. I feel like I'm not, and if I'm giving this information to you and you was like, damn, I didn't even know like that, you're going to be very clear. You're going to feel the energy off at work, and something is just not going to feel right. A lot of you guys are about to start feeling the energy off at work, and you're going to be like, I can't put my finger on it. Something just ain't right. And that's what it's going to be. Okay? You got a lot of people watching you because there's something here about ciphering people's energy that do the job better than they can. These are a lot of people who own companies and cannot do the toil and labor that people do for them in their company. But there's a lot more energy. It's like I'm hearing new day technology of how to gain energy, youth energy. And then I'm seeing that clock again, okay? So this is going back. I'm hearing it's an old tactic. Do not fall for it, okay? So this is just giving me like this is something that has happened before, many times before, okay? It's just I'm hearing kind of like, you know how they said slavery was over, but it was never over. It was just a different turn, different trick. It was just turn flip, right? There's an energy here of paying attention of the shifts of how the tactics change, okay? I'm also hearing listen to the words, and you'll hear people telling themselves, because they always do. They can't help it. People cannot help but to tell you who they are. And I'm hearing somebody say something and pat somebody on the shoulder, and somebody look and be like, did he say this? Okay, let's move on. What is this adjudication in reverse? Whoa. What did I say? Gift. And look what's at the top. Bad health. Ain't that crazy? Look what's behind it. Thief and despair. So there's an energy of the gift trying to be stolen. Now, this is not physical. This is a energy of creativity. This is of youth. This is a gift that was given to you, passed down. There is an energy here trying to cipher the energy of people who are naturally gifted in everything that they do. What is it that I'm supposed to expand on when it comes to this energy? I'm hearing keep cool, calm, and collected. I do feel the need to tell you guys, if they're not even if the men who resonate with this reading, using your voice in spiritual ways, not even just prayer. Me and my children have been big fans of the vibrations of each chakra. Over the weekend, me and my sons did the vibration, well, all of the vibrations, but heavy on the root, which is lam, and it's lam. There's something here with because the energy of that TikTok is coming back up with all those men who were singing in a choir. So using your voice as a vibration to push out energy or to bring it to you at this time, okay? So I do feel like you guys need to be calling on spiritual protection. You do have protection, but just keeping a line of communication, just waking up and saying, hey, even to my spiritual predecessors that I don't even know of that protect me, show me your face. Let me smell your cologne. Just speaking to them as if they're sitting right beside you, okay? That's how I feel like you guys should be moving, pulling back your energy, fellas. Putting that energy either into the community, to a young boy who needs it, to a young girl who needs it, to your children, to your business, and then also using the vibration of your throat chakra it's something about, I seen a circle around a group of people, so it's like your voice is going to solidify some type of aura of protection as well. We have Neptune and Mercury, communication. Neptune is dreams, imagination, memories, the subconscious, self-sacrifice, ideas, universal law, visions, meditation, spirituality, compassion, empathy, fantasize, escapism, the ethers, enchantment, confusion, veils, magic. Heavy on the magic, veils, confusion, self-sacrifice, spirituality, escapism, the ethers, and imagination. Let me say those again. The ethers, escapism, veils, magic, confusion, self-sacrifice, heavy on the self-sacrifice, the projection and programming that men have to self-sacrifice themselves to be this at work, to receive this at work, to be able to provide for their families. Like, there's an energy of dead that, and they're pointing to my machete. So there's an energy here of deading and putting I'm not going to say death to it, but death to the program in your mind that you have to put yourself last, or you've got to, I got to work 40 hours this week, man, just to meet. Because, you know, a lot of stuff is coming up right now. People want to have money for this, and that. I'm here. Do not participate in feeling like you got to max out numbers, especially if you're not working for your own company, fellas. Mercury, communication, words, thoughts, analysts, information, learning, trade, ideas, smarts, reporting, awareness, vision, lens, palette, perception, curiosity, narrative, muse, wonder. Heavy on the awareness, heavy on the information, trade. Let me say that again, trade, palette, perception, and reporting. Reporting, I'm hearing, is going with confusion and also magic. Because didn't we just talk about that, fellas? Right. You get it, Prince. What else? I'm hearing we can't go out like that is what I'm hearing. I like that energy. So let's shift it. What we using? What we gonna use? Let me grab my native deck. Let me grab the native deck. That's how we gonna end the reading for you guys. I just seen a death card. I'm here. We can't go out like that. We just can't go out like that. Let's wrap up this energy for the divine masculines. I feel like, I don't know how long I've been doing this reading, but it feels like it got really straight to it. I'm also feeling a need to tell you guys, if you had a grandfather, you was really, really, really close to him. Now, of course, even if you wasn't close to your grandfather, but if you have a picture of a grandfather who you were told stories that he was a great man and he did this and he did that, I am being told to tell you, get the picture. Doesn't matter. I'm hearing doesn't matter. I'm hearing get the picture and frame it. It needs to be framed. I'm hearing it needs to be framed. There's a reason why I'm saying this. They don't want me to get into it. They just told me to frame the picture, and you need to stare at it every day. You just kind of need it's giving me like a man's den. Even if you don't have a man's den, you know how a man has his man cave. He's got his bar. Nobody can go down there unless it's him or his boys. It's just your time to recollect and connect yourself back to your you know what I'm saying? Especially when you got certain things that's going on. Something about having your grandfather's picture framed and having it right there where you can just sit and just look at it. It's going to do something for you when you're hit with a certain challenge and you just don't know what to do, and you don't feel like you need to go to anybody for any type of advice. It's just something about that picture being right there at that time. You need to go ahead and do this so that when something does come, you already have the energies just there in your house. I felt that. I like that. Like that. All right. What do we have to top off this reading for the divine masculine? And I'm hearing moving on up to the side. All right, we do have the Five of Bowls and the Exemplar of Bowls. Okay, so this is talking about Five of Bowls as being disappointed by something, but the Exemplar of Bowls is also a new beginning. So I'm hearing letting bygones be bygones, not holding resentment towards people who want to cause you oppression. Ooh. But there's an energy of being excited for the newfound, profound confidence and power that you have to gather. Because this grandmother passing down to this grandmother is very important. I'm also picking up on some energy of grandmother and grandfather that was split up in some type of way. There was some type of wedge that was, I'm hearing divide. And I'm not going to say that though. A lot of people's grandmothers and grandfathers separating or something. But there's something here of what your grandfather couldn't do or what your grandmother couldn't do. The disappointment is being transmuted. All right, because the energy of the Death card is coming back up. What is this Five of Bowls? Yeah, the Eight of Bowls. Leaving that behind. I'm glad I clarified that. Okay. The Eight of Bowls talks about leaving something behind and having a fresh start. But the energy, I feel the need to tell the men who come across this, there's just an energy of can't stop, won't stop. There's an energy here of not self-sacrificing yourself. It's having the perception of I will not, ain't no quitting me versus self-sacrifice is two completely different energies. And I'm hearing they get mixed up all the time with men. And how they display their love or how much that they give to people. And I'm hearing secret, maybe secret, but secret, sacred, what did I just hear? Like there's something here about your quiet time and just shutting out all noise so that you can be able to use the energy that you need to versus feeling like you got to do this or you got to do that for everybody, or if I'm not this, everybody's going to crumble. Don't get me wrong. I do feel like men are like the drum, the beats, the drum to a family. But there's something here of making sure that something I'm hearing also like cholesterol or your heart, making sure the circulation of your heart space, going back to resentment. I'm hearing, yeah, letting bygones be bygones, but I'm not saying befriend those who you feel like go against you, but just not focusing on who the oppressor is and what they're doing. Staying focused on what it is that you're supposed to be doing, okay? To make sure that this Eight of Bowls doesn't turn into a Seven of Bowls, right? You start feeling like, oh, things ain't working out, and no. You left a certain part of yourself. There's also a part of you of yourselves that needs to die. The fear of letting your family down. That's what it is. That's what it was. The fear of being a disappointment. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. The fear of being a disappointment and not being able to carry the torch to, yeah, change. And wealthy men at the top. And we're going to end it like that for y'all, okay? You guys need to do some type of spiritual, and I can't give you all unless we have a This is a lot of information. Unless you want a personal, or you feel the need to just go to your spiritual predecessors your own way and have them to guide you and how you are supposed to eliminate this fear of being a disappointment, which we did kind of just touch over a lot of different topics. All right, just let me know if you need my assistance, and if not, I gave you some pointers on how to connect to your spiritual predecessors. So that was good. Woo! All right, divine feminine. Shout out to all the divine masculines and feminines, man. We make the world go round, right? People make the world go round. Okay. I guess I can look in the camera now. I apologize, y'all. I'll be kind of just tuned in. When I space out, it kind of just allows me to flow different. Because when I start looking in the mirror, I start seeing my hair, and I'm like, oh, no, I got to fix this. I got to fix that. All right. What do we have for my ladies? Okay. I actually want to start doing readings for like the younger crowds, like PG. Okay. So I feel like it's important for us to kind of reach. This is what I can do. Okay. I make music. I'm a creative. You know, I talk about sex in a healthy way. And, you know, I'm for building the confidence, and I need to do more when it comes to the community. I miss the kids, and I used to play a really big part in being around children. I used to be a counselor at the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club, and I miss being around those kids. I actually run into one of the boys that I had in my classroom, and every time he sees me, he's like, "Hey, Miss Bagley." I'm like, "Boy, every time I see you get tall." You know, and he ain't even got to tell me. You know, I know that I made an impact on a lot of different people, especially the kids. And every time I see him, I'm like, I hope he's staying out of trouble now. The same thing that a lot of my teachers and different people who impacted me, what they did for me when they see me out. There's a couple of people who come to mind. All right. So, ladies, I guess there is an energy here of you guys being mentors and teachers. I may be tapping into the energy of teachers and mentors. Shout out to all the teachers and mentors who are genuinely in love with what they do and do a great job at doing it. Because being a teacher is no joke. And listen, like, I just feel like teachers are so underappreciated. I mean, we do appreciate them in a way. I can say I appreciate certain teachers in my own way. My son buys his favorite teachers gifts and different things like that, but just all around in general. So I'm tapping in. Even if you're not a teacher and you have a different job, you can be a model, you can be a sales rep, marketing rep, exec is what I'm hearing, music industry. It doesn't matter what you do in this world, male or female. Reach one, teach one, right? You always want to run into a child. Even if you only see them for a couple seconds and you never see them again, what you say to them always impacts them and leaves and sticks with them for the rest of your life. There's certain people that I never encountered for the second time, but they said something to me in 10 seconds and it changed my whole life. So never underestimate your ability to impact somebody's life. Okay, I feel the need to tell you guys that. Ladies. Ooh, okay, let's see now. We have the privileged lady that came out, okay? But we also have the coffin right beside of it. Ladies, you know what I'm hearing? Ooh. This is getting already. There are maybe some women who set to plot your demise. And while they thought that them bringing you down in whatever way, it could have been slander, it could have been gossip, it could have been stealing out of your pocket, stealing from your business, stealing from your corporation, stealing from your nonprofit, trying to sabotage your nonprofit is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing a group of ladies who are very particular. Okay, maybe you sip high tea, and maybe you are surrounded by certain women who are trying to outcast you. But this is about women trying um to put an end to a certain type of woman, because this woman just excels naturally. So this is trying to control the essence of how much someone shines. Okay, there's an energy of you're just shining too much for us. Okay, we need to put a cap on it. There are women who are trying to put a cap on the beauty of the, I'm hearing references that you get, the referrals that you get. There is a energy of women not being able to excel past a certain limitation because there are certain women who are trying to keep them in a certain space. But little do they know, whatever it is that they're trying to end, the parts of you that need to end so that you can be better is dying. And something else is being reborn out of this. So they're not going to get rid of you. They're actually, I'm hearing, they're just taking out the trash for you. These women do not see that there is a part of you that needs to die, right? And you've been having a hard time to maybe changing, adapting, trying to figure out how you're going to implement a change, to change something even about yourself, your appearances, your image, rebranding. There's something here of change, and you've just in the last couple of months maybe felt a little stagnant, or just, I don't know. But there's an energy of why you've been put in an energy of being stagnant, because it's been protecting you. It's almost like I see God putting a woman in a seat in a car, putting a seatbelt on, and she's going for a really bumpy ride, but that seatbelt was supposed to hold her because the ride was going to be so bumpy. And if she didn't have the seatbelt on, she was going to probably be pushed out of the car. So there's something here of the turbulence that came with this was actually God's way of taking out the trash. So whatever these women, because it's a group, it's more than one woman. And I know this from experience. When you are a very powerful woman, you never fight 101 with a woman. Let me tell you that. You never fight. That's never a fight fair. And if you're one of those women where you're like, oh, I'm tired, you got to get out of that. You got to get over that, and you got to get through it, okay? Because you have to think bigger of yourself. Because I'm here, think big. Think big. But that's just the energy of you being too modest, okay? You feeling like when you're really graceful, and you don't give yourself enough of credit, because people give you compliments. People always tell you how good you are. And I know this. People tell me all the time, I'm so beautiful. Oh, I love your music. Oh, da, 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 da. You can't be that. You can't, I'm not going to say I don't give myself compliments, but you can't be so hyped up and gassed up of it, because you already get it so much. It's an energy of combustion, you know? So I don't feel like that's you, but what I'm saying is you should most certainly look at yourself in a different light. What I'm feeling as well with this energy, because it's causing you to not foresee people who are really, you're not discerning. You're not being able to tell when a woman is being fake and when she's not, okay? Because these women shouldn't have gotten this close, but they only did, God only allowed it to get this far. If you felt something like something was sabotage, or something with money, or your vision, creativity, something happened. And maybe for a lot of you in a lot of different ways, because this is something that collectively a lot of women are going through, so that they can step into their stardom, and stardom as in the spotlight on where you're supposed to be, so that you can make the impact that you're supposed to be. That's the only reason why stardom is supposed to ever exist. So being a celebrity just means that you have the ability to impact people. You can be a celebrity in your hood, you can be a celebrity in your neighborhood, and at the country club. It doesn't matter. There's different levels, okay, to all of this. But heck, because gift is at the top, okay? And whoever these women are, they had an expectation that yes, listen, look, high honor. These are women who make themselves look like they're higher because they have a higher education. They come from a certain family. It's something here about, but you know, like they speak a certain way, or look a certain type of way, or try to come off on social media that they're a certain way. But the energy is that the expectation was to cause you to look bad, or actually maybe even die. I'm not even being funny. There's an energy here of these women trying to cast some type of bad health on you. I'm hearing like to even cause you to, I don't know if this is like some type of spell work, but I look at everything as spell work. Everything that we do as humans has power. You think something, it happens. You say something, it happens. You put enough of intent into something. It's witchcraft doesn't mean candles. Witchcraft is all of the control that you have over somebody else's mind. So I feel like maybe there was some type of these women trying to make you feel like you were accepted, but you really weren't. It was just to get you in a certain place at a certain time. Something didn't work out the way they thought, because I keep hearing that they took out the trash. There was a part of you that needed to die. And I'm hearing this is what's connected to the men. Okay, this is how the energy is connected. There's a part of the divine feminine that needed to die. And because you were having a hard time doing it for yourself, these women who had a bad and negative intent to take you out, all they did was come. God allowed the energy, your spiritual predecessors, whatever, angels, whatever, your guidance, your protection. We all have it, different levels. I like to think and know that divine men and masculine men and women have more protection than a lot of other people. That's just how it goes. Because these energies choose to work with people who are doing something with the purpose to help everybody. Okay. But these women came in with this energy, and that energy came in like a hurricane and only picked up all the nasty shit that they threw at you just to push it their way, is what I'm hearing. Woo, ladies. I want to hear. It's kind of like I feel the need to say woo, woo, woo. I don't know what that's about, but I'm hearing the woo, woo. So maybe you're about to be wooed is also what I'm hearing, because the word woo, shout out to Pop Smoke. That was actually one of the reasons why. That was the first song that I recorded and remade in the reference of his song in honor of him. But the word woo is to present yourself to a woman, and to follow with courtship, right? Is to make this woman feel comfortable. It is to show her that you can take care of her, for her to get to like you, to love you. So there's an energy of that negative energy being washed away and replenished with something. And all I have here is privileged lady. And I'm hearing, who's that lady? Sexy lady. So you're about to have maybe even, I'm hearing a different target audience. Now that this energy has cleansed, or is going to be cleansing this out for you. Some of you ladies, this has already happened. And then some of you ladies, this is going to be happen. It just depends on a lot of different things. I do feel the need to tell you that you are going to have a different target audience. You're going to find a lot of more people attracted to you from all different nationalities, ethnicities, different groups. I'm even hearing different religions. You're going to have people, I don't know if it's the words. I'm hearing you're going to be upgraded with your vernacular, the way, if I said that right, the way that you speak to people, how you speak to people. There's something about how you're being like given a superpower. Like you are about to have an awakening where you're going to wake up and just notice that you are talking different, or you're walking different. Something's going to feel completely different. You may even feel off a little bit. I'm hearing the vertigo. That's kind of when you move too fast and you kind of feel imbalanced through your equilibrium. So you may need to partake in breath work at this time, in yoga. Sauna always helps. I'm a big promoter of the sauna. Okay, if you can lay out in the sun, do that. So I'm excited. What's this privileged lady energy? What comes with this? Tell me more about this. Pathway. Look, I love it. I love it. I love it. Distant horizons. I really like this energy. Yeah. Like, and then right behind that is that coffin energy. Like that is in the past. You are moving away from that. And you are being recalculated into something as well. I'm seeing a woman that's, okay, it's kind of, I'm seeing a woman who is like stage frightened. You may not be a performer, but it's the energy of you being placed in a place where you're a little uncomfortable. But it's like, go girl, get up there and sing. You're like, okay. And then you start singing and it's just beautiful. But this is an energy of you being pushed into the pathway where you are meant to thrive. You're not meant to go through any more struggles. You may have some things that need to come up, that need to be buried, or need to be hatched, or need to be resolved. But there's something here. I'm hearing the wait is over. Okay. You may come from a family who is very religious or very spiritual in their own way, and maybe you want to do some things different, because I was hearing the "It's Over Now," which I think is a gospel song. I feel like I can make it. Oh, dang, I haven't heard that song in so long. No matter what may come my way. I still like gospel music. My life. Yeah. So maybe you are recommitting your relationship with God. A lot of you guys are finding who God is to you. And I can just tell you from experience, I was very confused growing up because I grew up in a very religious household, and it was just very spiritual condemning for me. I was very confused on who God was, and I heard God tell me himself, like, you need to get away from everybody. You need to start over. Just start from not knowing nothing and let it build from there. And I mean, that was over 10, 15 years ago, and I feel like I have the best relationship, but really God is just the energy that works within inside me, right? It's integrated with your intuition, right? So if that's not something you believe, that's okay. But I do feel like you are on a path of maybe finding what God is to you, okay? With these butterflies and that opening right here is also what I'm seeing. You're going to see like synchronicities that are going to allow you to move forward. And that's what helped me move forward. Even there was times where I kept second guessing myself throughout my journey. Like, am I doing this right? I would be in a moment like, oh, just deep thought, like, what am I supposed to do? And then I would see a blue butterfly, and I'd be like, okay, that was my sign. Or I would, it would be those synchronicities that kept me moving. Now, yeah. I'm here. We'll talk about that when we cross that path, because there was something else that came through. But all right, what else do we have with pathway? Community. Look, I just don't miss. Sudden wealth and community, okay? We do have imprisonment right here, but look, guess what's behind the imprisonment? False person. So whoever these women were that were trying to do this, I'm hearing they're going to be caught up in their husband's mess. I'm hearing clock that tea. Listen, baby. Weird. Look, an official person behind that. What did I say? Concern. I'm hearing whoever these women were, they should have been paying attention to their home is what I'm hearing. They should have been paying attention to their children. They should have been paying attention to their accounts. I'm hearing they should have been paying attention to where their husband's money was going. Okay? Because you're going to have a plethora of different resources or references. I keep hearing references. So you're going to have a lot of people who are going to vouch for you, people who are going to come through for you. I'm seeing a voucher, but it's a voucher of, a virtue. So maybe you have men who are going to be giving you something because of your virtue. There's something about you that gives pure. Okay, you may be a Virgo. Okay, so I really feel like this is for one person. There is a woman who's going to go to maybe a casino. And I feel like you may know how to play poker or 21 or something like that. But I see you winning some money, but there's a man who owns the casino and he is fine. Okay, this man is gorgeous. Okay, he's young though. He looks like he is in his 30s. He is no older than 40, which is really young. Okay, but there's something here about, there's a man who's watching a woman who's, it first starts off like when certain people win a certain amount of money in a casino, eyes have always placed on them, right? Of course, like, okay, you get the money, but there's something here where this man catches the eye of a woman in a casino and he's just in awe with her. So he may just like watch you. I don't know if he's going to try to get you to come back to the casino. There's a man here that you're going to run into. Even if it's not a casino, you're going to run into a man while you're doing something with money. And there's going to catch the attention of another man or that man. And he's going to try to find a way to get you back into that environment. I just see a man not wanting to directly say something to you at first because there's something here where he wants to see how you interact with people. Okay. Because community, I'm seeing it with community. Okay. So that was like for one person. I do see an energy here of just sharing with the community. The more you have, the more you're supposed to give, right? That's how we circulate, because we don't spend money over here. We circulate money, okay? But there's an energy here of investing in the community. So starting some type of nonprofit, starting something for children to be able to enhance their gifts or to grow, to breathe. I'm hearing to breathe. So maybe this is like an after school program or just some type of, I'm hearing a summer camp that allows children to go to different camps. And I always bring this up anytime this energy comes up. I went to a camp, me and my sister, when we were younger. through the YMCA, and it was called Camp Thunderbird. I don't think that camps are the same like they are now unless you create your own camp. But this camp gave me the freedom that I never experienced in my household. And it's so funny because the camp was supposed to be set to where you had different things that you did and you earned points for everything. Like they had archery, and I did those things, but I didn't care about the points because I never had that type of freedom and that peace. I remember just they had acres, 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 acres. I don't even know how many acres, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say maybe over 100 acres. Over 100 acres. But I remember I was supposed to go ride horses on a particular day. I just sat, I think I laid in the grass for hours and nobody came to get me. Nobody was worried about me, and it was just a certain energy of freedom. So maybe you ladies will be investing in some type of peace or therapy program for kids is what I'm picking up on, because that energy got me thinking about the peace that I received from being going to that camp. My sister actually got seasick, like not seasick, but she got homesick. She was ready to go home. I was ready to stay. I loved it. I really did. I enjoyed myself. It really opened my eyes to a lot, just being there in that energy and just doing what I wanted to do and feeling safe. Feeling safe in an environment as a child is very necessary. Because it shows you the possibilities of what you have, the magnitude or the ability to create for yourself. And of course, over time, that has been condemned and it's been restricted for kids for a lot of different reasons. All right, it is to place a certain cap on the imagination of kids. All right, and without imagination, you can't create, you can't wonder, you don't fill the void in for experience, because there's only a certain amount of things that kids can do when they're a certain age, right? You have to wait till you're 18 to do a lot. So your imagination plays a big part into their development. I'm liking this energy. I like this. I want to pull one more. Okay, we're going to pull from the native and then that's it. Okay, it's so funny because last week, the feminist energy was, we was calling out some stuff, okay? Which we did here, but it's like it flip-flopped. Last week, I was the absorber. I said the absorber. I was the person looking outside into the issue of the women who were doing stuff they ain't need to be doing. And then the men was holding the fort down. Not saying the men weren't holding the fort down in this energy, but it's just like the energy kind of just, but hey. All right, I see the 9 of stones. I'm seeing you ladies, when it even goes back to the community, because there's a stone that was placed. I'm seeing, this is deep. There's a stone that you're placing into something that's for everybody, right? But that stone is showing me like 500 years. Oh, that's a big number. I don't know why I said 500. It could be 50, but 500 years from now. Wow. Maybe you guys are going to be a part of something that's going to really last a long, long, long time. Long time. It's going to stand the test of time. So maybe you guys are going to be a part of something that years and decades, centuries from now, people are still going to talk about. Wow. What an honor to pull on that energy. Because I seen a stone with your name written on it, but it was like you touching it. All right, we have the 5 of arrows. We have the 7 of wands. The teaching of the lodge. And the 9 of arrows. Okay. It's going back to making sure that you understand and understand the importance of discernment, because I'm hearing there can't be no community and it can't be a 5-year lasting long of sustainable community or whatever it is that you're playing a part of, right? None of that can happen if you don't learn, or not even learn, have the experience with how to defeat, not even necessarily how to defeat people who oppose you, but not knowing how to be meticulous, be very non-combative. But I'm seeing you being the number one player. You be the coach, right? You be the person who owns the team, who you're watching everybody play on the field. So it's like having the bigger perspective. over everybody, of seeing everything that's happening, even with you being involved. If you can't move forward being that person, you're going to find yourself back into another group of women who are going to constantly try to come for your throne, is what I'm hearing. So being able to be alone, but not moving in the shadows of other people. Okay, not getting caught up in a lot of what seems to be cool. I'm hearing, like, even when it comes to sipping tea, right? Which we all know, especially around this era, sipping tea was a way of communication, of gossip, of how people stayed in touch with what was going on, who was doing what, who was sleeping with who was the new mayor, who was about to get pushed out of the Senate, just different things, right? The women had all the information, okay? That's how I believe at this time men started to be the more gossipers, because they started to see that women were holding a lot of information with how they communicated with each other. Women got very creative in how they even communicated and gave hints to other women. Just a lot of communication change based off of networking and being at certain events. So there's something here with being able to play the game, okay? For ladies who are involved with, like, very high, powerful people, being able to be very observant without absorbing everything. That's what that is, okay? All right, ladies, that was it. This was a really great reading. I like this for all of us. Take what resonated and whatever didn't, throw it away. May this reading only come across the people who deserve it, right? And I love you guys. If you do want a personal reading, you can contact me by email. I have some of you guys who reached out on DMs. I took a long break on Instagram. I think it was about a month and a half. I just needed a break. Instagram, something's going on with them. I'm getting into it. It was just, I could feel it. Okay? But I'm back. If you would like to DM me, I will take DMs. If I don't get back to you fast enough, I have a lot of other things that I am doing, but I will get back to you at least within 48 hours. So I love you guys, and until next reading.